Hey, it's me, Act! Today's episode will deal with an argument that feels like it's as old as time. Who would win, Goku or Saitama? I know this video may be polarizing, but I hate when misinformation is spread about these two characters. Let's start with everyone's favorite depressed banana man with the most beautiful bald head you've ever seen, Saitama. We're going chronologically because it is easier to understand how this great fighter works. There are 4 integral points I'm going to be going over: the start of One Punch Man, Saitama vs. Boros, the Jupiter Sneeze, and the famous Saitama Greatest Punch. In episode 1, we see Saitama quickly save a girl from the grasp of a villain named Vaccine Man, without him noticing at first. Then Vaccine Man starts rambling. We see Saitama casually swing his fist with very little effort, instantly exploding the villain. Then, it cuts to a shot where we see multiple spots in the city are destroyed. After Saitama defeats Vaccine Man, he looks at his fist in despair. He once again one-tapped a villain. No challenge to him whatsoever. Now, analyzing that, it is safe to assume that at this point he is likely strong enough to level an entire urban area, city, and surrounding towns. For example, the entire greater Seattle area, which is the city of Seattle, and also the other mini-cities and towns around it. Anyways, I assume that he's able to do that with a standard punch, and probably a whole region of a country with a punch that requires more effort. And even more, like an entire nation, with an even more powerful punch. In his fight against Boros, Saitama was facing off against his strongest opponent yet. We see Saitama jumping in between Earth and the Moon in what has to be only about a second, making him faster than light. He also creates a crater from the jump, with the damage large enough to be around the size of a large nation. USA, Canada, China, Australia, etc. Not quite as big as Russia though. It is apparent to me that due to the nature of his fight against Boros, as in Saitama putting in some more effort to defeat him, Saitama grew in strength and then defeated him. And now, to the Jupiter Sneeze. During his fight with Garo, the new strongest enemy, we see him get multitudes stronger than ever. His sneezes alone can destroy planets, as we see how his sneeze almost completely obliterates Jupiter. A standard sneeze has a PSI of 1, which is 0.07 kilograms per square centimeter. A human typically has up to 150 PSI in a punch, but athletes can have from 800 to possibly even 1,500 PSI. If we assume Saitama has a sneeze force to punching power ratio of a strong boxer, his punches should be about 1,500 times the strength of the sneezes. You see, the sun is about 1,048 times the mass of Jupiter, meaning that a punch from Saitama at this point could realistically destroy a star up to a little under 1.5 times the sun's mass. That is solidly stellar. But wait, he gets stronger in the same fight. At the end of his fight, we see Saitama release a punch so strong, it blows a giant hole in the cosmos. But you see, this is hard to scale. Light should still be coming from those stars off in the distance. It'd take about 1,000 years to see the destruction of stars. But let's say he destroyed the light along with it, too. Now is where we start running into issues. How much did he destroy? Many claim that he did not just destroy stars, but galaxies. I find this hard to believe because normally you can only see up to 3 other galaxies most in the night sky without very special equipment, leading me to believe he only destroyed domestic bodies and not anything beyond the Milky Way. On another note, if he did destroy a bunch of galaxies, then the wave of the force that Saitama emitted is in a very bizarre shape. Yes, punches tend to cone out as they spread, but they never come in cones that narrow. A punch mighty enough to destroy galaxies ahead would also destroy everything around them, too. And since we see that is not the case, it is safe to say Saitama did not destroy anything beyond his galaxy. But for sake of fairness, let's say he destroyed about 10,000 stars, and therefore 7,000 star systems due to 70% of stars having planets around them. This is Saitama's greatest feat currently. It is truly impressive. I won't want to get in the ring with him. Oh yeah, another thing. Saitama isn't invincible. We have seen him taking damage from Garo, who is about his strength during the point in the fight. I will use Dark Souls logic here. If it can bleed, it can die. With Son Goku, we're gonna start with Dragon Ball Super and go on from there. There's little use going over Goku's entire backstory because it's so long. Also, just like Saitama, he isn't invincible. Anyways, near the beginning of Dragon Ball Super, Goku unlocks a new form called Super Saiyan God, which makes him a lot stronger and gives him Divine Ki, Ki meaning spirit energy. He got the Super Saiyan God form and battled with the God of Destruction, Beerus. In their fight, the shockwaves of their punches almost end the universe itself. Hey, don't click off, the video ain't over. Keep watching. Universe 7, the universe Goku is from, isn't just the material realm you and I are used to, but also has other realms in it. Think of a normal universe as a slice of bread. Universe 7 would be a sandwich with multiple layers. And no, there aren't only 4 galaxies in Universe 7, we see others, and even Jaco, a galactic patrol agent, states that there are countless galaxies in Universe 7. The main 4 galaxies are just given the most treatment because they have the strongest beings, and therefore each galaxy has its Kai to look after it. Speaking of Kais, the Supreme Kais live in a realm that orbits around the main Universe 7 body, like the moon orbits the Earth. There are a multitude of realms in Universe 7, ranging from the North, South, East, West Kai Zone, or actually I should probably just call them Cardinal Kais, to Hell, to the Demon Realm, which is different from Hell, and some others. The Supreme Kai realm orbits around the main Universe 7 body, like how the moon orbits the Earth. Just in this case, think of almost like the moon being its own universe, and the Earth being a chunk of different, basically just a bunch of different universes, but it's all considered one universe. Kinda like a UK situation going on. Anyways. But that does mean that Universe 7 is at very least 4-dimensional, possibly even 5-dimensional. Sheesh. Now, for Goku's strength. We don't have an exact multiplier for Super Saiyan God, but we do know that Super Saiyan 3 Goku is sent flying at least 20 feet, or about 6.1 meters, with a flick from Beerus. But in Super Saiyan God, a tail whip to the face only had a move at most about a foot, 30 centimeters. And if we assume that a tail whip is about 3 times stronger than a flick, then we can get a good minimum multiplier for Super Saiyan God. That being 60 times Super Saiyan 3 is 400 times space power. Basically imagine getting punched by 400 normal Gokus at once. And 60 times 400 is 24,000. After his fight with Beerus, Goku absorbed the strength of Super Saiyan God into his normal form. He can use Super Saiyan God. If we use my minimum number for Super Saiyan God, that means he could destroy his universe 24,000 times over. And also remember, it was not just the material universe that he almost destroyed. The mortal realm, there was the Supreme Kai realm that orbits around the rest of Universe 7 too, and other places. So we're not done. Later on in Dragon Ball Super, a newer form is unlocked, Super Saiyan Blue. Super Saiyan Blue is when you use Super Saiyan God and regular Super Saiyan at the same time. Not sure how they got blue out of that, because Super Saiyan God is red, maybe a little pinkish, and regular Super Saiyan is yellow, sometimes more white. Anyways, but how multipliers work in Dragon Ball, they do not add together, they multiply together. So think of it as in, regular Super Saiyan's multiplier is 50 times base. We multiply that by our minimum for Super Saiyan God estimate, 24,000, we get 1.2 million. This is getting ridiculous, I know. But there is still more. Goku has used Kaioken times 20 with Super Saiyan Blue before, making him a minimum of 24 million times stronger than base. This now means Goku could destroy 24 million Universe 7s, and I refuse to even talk about Ultra Instinct in detail because of how stupid strong it is. I think the winner of this fight is pretty obvious. It's Goku, by a landslide. Saitama would have to hold Goku off for a very long time to even match his base form and power, if he could. Add that to the fact Goku is a martial artist and has been for about 40 years canonically, and add that to the fact that Goku just doesn't just have melee attacks. He has ranged ki blasts, he can sense life energy, and he can teleport and take in energy from his surroundings and turn it into a spirit bomb. Also, yeah, if Saitama took too long to power up to Goku's level, Goku would just get bored and finish the fight anyways. So, As much as I love Saitama and his beautiful, bald head, he just ain't winning against Goku. Goku has been doing this for far too long, and Saitama doesn't train nearly enough to reach Goku's strength before he gets taken down. So either way you cut it, Saitama doesn't win. But hey, they both still get folded by Madoka Kaname.